Hello friends, welcome to Walk in the Word. I'm so glad you're here with me for another day and another devotional. Today our text is coming from Psalm 73 verses 26 through 28. We're going to be talking about prosperity that is short-lived. The text says, "My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart, my portion forever. Those far from you will certainly perish. You destroy all who are unfaithful to you. But as for me, God's presence is my good. I have made the Lord God my refuge, so I can tell about all you do." You know, the writer of this psalm was troubled over the prosperity of the wicked. In fact, he confessed that he almost went astray when he saw the prosperity of the wicked. He said in verses 2 and 3, "But as for me, my feet almost slipped. My steps nearly went astray, for I envied the arrogant. I saw the prosperity of the wicked." You know, we too often struggle with this issue, especially when we are trying to please God with our lives, and we see those who have no regard for God prospering while we are struggling to make ends meet. But after pondering over the issue, the writer came to the conclusion of what happens after this life. He knows that this life is short and eternity is forever. You know, if this life is all we had, we will want to prosper here also. But there is indeed an eternity after this life, and it's here where we decide where we will spend it. The writer realized that their prosperity was short-lived, and that even if he struggled here, he would have an eternity in heaven. You know, this should be a no-brainer for us because eternity is a long time. It's forever and never-ending. In verse 26, we see that the writer realized that even if his flesh failed and his heart failed, he would still have his portion in heaven. You know, our portion in heaven can never fade away. We see in verse 27, he realized that those who have rejected God would perish in torment forever, even if they prospered in this life. It will be too late for them then. They will be forever separated from God with no hope for salvation. Then we see in verse 28, he realized that God's presence in his life was a good thing, because God was with him, helping him through his trials. That God was his refuge, and even if he was barely getting by, he could still tell about all that God had brought him through and all that God had done for him. You know, when we choose to follow God, he will help us through this life. And when we die, we will spend eternity in all the splendor that heaven has to offer. So friends, I want to encourage you today to follow God. And don't be discouraged when you see the wicked prosper. Their prosperity will be short-lived, and ours will live forever. May God bless you.